Hello, kids, and welcome to Heroines Unfolded, the channel that tells stories of real-life heroes. Today, our story is about the wise and brave Queen Zenobia. Once upon a time, in a land where golden sands stretched as far as the eye could see, there lived a brave and clever queen named Zenobia. She ruled over the ancient city of Palmyra, a bustling oasis filled with towering palm trees, sparkling fountains, and bustling markets. Zenobia was no ordinary queen. She was known far and wide for her wisdom, courage, and adventurous spirit. But what made her truly special was her unshakable belief in the magic of the desert. One day, as the sun rose over the dunes, painting the sky in hues of pink and orange, Zenobia received troubling news. A messenger arrived at her palace, breathless and covered in sand. "Queen Zenobia," he gasped, "the desert is in danger. The enchanted oasis, the source of all life in Palmyra, is drying up. Without its magic, our city will wither away." Zenobia's heart sank. The enchanted oasis was no ordinary watering hole. It was said to be protected by ancient spirits and filled with magical waters that kept the desert alive. If it dried up, the people of Palmyra would lose their crops, their animals, and their way of life. Determined to save her kingdom, Zenobia called for her most trusted companions, a clever fox named Faris, a wise old camel named Samir, and a mischievous desert hare named Lila. Together, they set out on a journey across the vast desert to find the source of the problem and restore the magic of the oasis. The group traveled for days under the scorching sun, following the faint trail of the ancient spirits. Along the way, they encountered many challenges. One afternoon, as they rested beneath a rocky outcrop, a fierce sandstorm swept across the dunes. The wind howled like a wild beast, and the sand stung their eyes. "Quick, everyone, take cover!" Zenobia shouted, shielding her face with her cloak. Faris darted into a nearby cave, while Samir knelt down to protect Lila with his large body. Zenobia stood tall, using her shield to deflect the swirling sand. When the storm finally passed, the group discovered that their map had been torn to shreds. "How will we find the enchanted oasis now?" Lila asked, her ears drooping. Zenobia smiled confidently. "We don't need a map. The desert itself will guide us." She knelt down and placed her hand on the warm sand, closing her eyes. "Listen," she whispered. "The desert speaks to those who are patient." The others listened carefully, and soon they heard a faint humming sound like the song of a distant flute. It led them to a hidden path between the dunes, where they found a cluster of glowing crystals embedded in the sand. "These are the tears of the desert," Samir explained. "Legend says they mark the way to the enchanted oasis." As they followed the trail of crystals, the group encountered a mysterious figure standing atop a tall dune. It was a sly desert jackal named Rafik, known for his cunning and trickery. "Well, well," he sneered, "what brings the great Queen Zenobia to my domain?" "We seek the enchanted oasis," Zenobia replied. "Do you know the way?" Rafik's eyes gleamed with mischief. "Perhaps I do, but the desert is full of dangers, and I don't give away secrets for free. If you want my help, you must solve my riddle." Zenobia agreed, and Rafik began. "I am not alive, yet I grow. I don't have lungs, yet I need air. What am I?" The group huddled together to think. Faris scratched his head, Lila twitched her nose, and Samir chewed thoughtfully on a piece of grass. Finally, Zenobia stepped forward. "The answer is fire." Rafik clapped his paws together. "Very clever, Queen Zenobia, but beware. The path ahead is treacherous. You must cross the Valley of Shadows, where the spirits of the desert test the hearts of travelers." The Valley of Shadows was a dark and eerie place, where the sun's rays never reached. Strange whispers echoed through the air, and ghostly figures danced in the corners of their vision. As they walked deeper into the valley, the group began to feel their courage waver. Suddenly, a voice boomed from the shadows. "Who dares to enter the Valley of Shadows? Only those with pure hearts may pass." Zenobia stepped forward. "We are travelers seeking to restore the magic of the enchanted oasis. We mean no harm. The spirits swirled around them, testing their resolve. One by one, they faced their fears. Faris confronted his fear of failure, Samir faced his fear of loneliness, and Lila overcame her fear of the unknown. Zenobia, too, was tested. She saw visions of her kingdom falling into ruin, but she held fast to her belief in the magic of the desert. Finally, the spirit spoke again. You have proven yourselves worthy. The path to the enchanted oasis lies ahead. At last, the group reached the enchanted oasis. But to their dismay, they found it nearly dry. Surrounding the oasis were 3 ancient statues, each holding a glowing gem. Zenobia approached the statues and noticed an inscription. Only by uniting the gems of courage, wisdom, and kindness can the oasis be restored. She turned to her companions. Each of us must place a gem in the statue's hands. Faris, you have shown great courage. Samir, your wisdom has guided us. And Lila, your kindness has kept our spirits high. Together, they placed the gems in the statue's hands. As they did, the ground began to tremble, and the oasis came to life. Water bubbled up from the earth, filling the pool and spreading across the desert. The air was filled with the sound of laughter and music as the ancient spirits celebrated the return of the oasis's magic. With the enchanted oasis restored, Zenobia and her companions returned to Palmyra as heroes. The city flourished once more, and the people celebrated their queen's bravery and wisdom. Zenobia knew that the desert was a place of endless wonder and mystery, and she vowed to protect it for generations to come. From that day on, whenever the people of Palmyra saw a shooting star streak across the night sky, they whispered, "That's Zenobia, watching over us and reminding us of the magic of the desert." And so, the legend of Queen Zenobia and the enchanted desert lived on, inspiring all who heard it to be brave, wise, and kind. Thank you for watching Heroines Unfolded. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspiring stories of our real-life heroes. Until next time, stay brave and beautiful,